You may not know Newell Brands, but you may have used the company's products. Newell owns well-known brands like Papermate and Parker pens, X-Acto knives, Sharpie markers, Rubbermaid containers, and even Mr. Coffee, with a dividend of about 6.49%. Let's look at Mr. Charts. And we're now looking at a 20-year monthly chart on Newell Brands, and the symbol in the upper left, as you can see, is NWL. For disclosure purposes, I do not hold any shares of Newell at this time. However, this would be a stock that I'd be interested in. Now, looking at the current time frame here with that bottom, that point, and then a bottom here in 2020, it reminds me of this pattern here, 2009 and 2011. We had a nice little hop, and then we took off. Of course, we had that double top here. We rolled over on the way down, had a bottoming and basing, and then we had another pop here down to this point here. So, are we going to have this run coming up? Let's take a look at the oscillators. Moving here into volume, not going to tell us too much. We've had an increase in volume on the way down. I'd like to see the volume continue while we perhaps go up into the MACD. This is what I like. Back here again to 2009 and 2011, that was a pattern at that time. This is a little bit weaker, but still a nice bottoming and basing here in 2019 with this attempted bottom and basing at the current time frame up here. So definitely improvement in the strength of the underlying stock. Into the histogram, you can see the same thing from that point here all the way to the current time frame. Improvement, strengthening on the way up. Here, price rate of change is at this point, looks like a bottoming basing with the fast line just climbing over the slow line, but we're still below zero. It's near that zero line, so it is strengthening. So once again, that improvement there over several years. Into the RSI, we're at a moderate weak, 36.00. The improvement is not shown as strong, but we're within striking distance of that mid or 50 line, so we could bottom and base and sawtooth our way up. That's what I would be expecting at this point here. The stochastics looks pretty good with the bottoming basing in here with the fast line moving above the slow line. Now in this area here, it took a while before that bottom and basing occurred and the stock headed on up. So we may still spend a bit of time down here before we head on up, but most of the oscillators are looking good. We go back here and you can see a little bit of a struggle with that bottom and basing. So again, another time period where it took a while before the stock did gather the steam to head on up. So just be patient. But we are near the bottom in my humble opinion. Here into the Williams, pretty much the same thing, bottoming, basing, maximum negativity at that point there. We're trying to climb out of that oversold territory, so watch the Williams to see if it starts heading on up. That's probably one of the first oscillators that's going to move. Back up here to the price chart. I do like that price chart and that previous pattern. So will that pattern presage the forthcoming run? Well, I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I do like the pattern. But before you invest any money, study the fundamentals. ChewDog out.